Hey, Susie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Who do you have there?
Good. So this is Fancy. She's a 7-year-old Frisian Quarter Horse Cross.
Nice. I'm going to ride Dancer today. She's my Quarter Horse Thoroughbred Cross, also known as Appendix. So I hear you've been doing something very special with horses.
That's right. So I actually use horses to do therapy for people. You know, we all know that horses are just so therapeutic and they make us feel better when we're in the presence of them.
And that sounds like a special episode. And we also have reining, dressage, and a hardy grub. So this is going to be a really good episode. Hello, everyone. My name's Ed Adams.
And I'm Susie DeRucci.
And welcome to Better Horses. And in this first segment, Brent Wright, world-class reining champion, is going to show us the benefits of working on lead changes.
As I mentioned, in this next episode, I am so honored to be able to show everybody how we can use horses to do therapy with people to help them with their emotional and mental health at Country Crossroads Counseling.
And Better Horses, also bringing multiple disciplines to the show, Caitlin Koch, world-class gold medalist in dressage, is going to give us the benefits of dressage training. All right, Susie, you know what's next.
I'm hungry, so I hope it's Hardy Grub.
Here we go. Chef Mark Berkdahl is going to cook us something really special.
Ed, I am so excited for this episode because we are going to learn so much about horses.
And it's the only horse show on your local broadcast television station.
And it's also airing every Monday on RFD TV.
So sit back and relax and get ready for another episode of Better Horses.
When you're a barrel racer, there are so many things that can bother a horse. Just eliminating the back issues is a huge advantage. I feel like using a CSI saddle pad has given me an advantage over other girls because I know that my horse is feeling good, that saddle's not bothering him. If you're looking for a new saddle pad, invest in a CSI. It's worth the investment.
Hi, I'm Brent Wright, and I'd like to welcome you out to our place today. We're going to do a little video for Better Horses Radio and our Better Horses TV, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about getting our horses to change leads. And I'm just going to do a little demonstration here. And in order to get our lead changed, to get the horse changing leads comfortably and relaxed, we've got to have some tools on our horses. We've got to be able to move that hip. We've got to have a lot of hip control. So I spend a lot of time on my young horses pushing that hip around the front end. I want to have that hip real responsive off of my leg there. My left leg, I want to be able to push his hip around to the right. Same thing to the left. I want to be able to push that horse's hip around to the left of my right leg. That's where my lead change is. Now we've got to have some control on the front end too. We've got to have where we can move that shoulder over out of the way. I want to move that shoulder out of the way and then ask for that lead change with my right leg. I'm going to ask for that from right to left lead change. So I'm going to just lope around here and in just a slow fashion. If you can get your horses to change leads going slow, it's not a problem to get them to change leads going fast. So I'm going to just lope around here, and I want to do it. And I might lope around and pick up the counter lope here in a minute. I'll lope off in the right lead. And as I'm going around here, going over across the middle, I don't want to change leads here, but I want to set my horse up to move that shoulder over to the right out of the way. And then somewhere around in the back of the circle, when he's relaxed and not thinking too much about it, I'll slide my right leg back and ask him to step up there and change leads. And if you get your horses kind of broke before you ask them to do this, it's a whole lot easier than just I used to, when I was younger, I couldn't figure out how to get a horse to change leads, so I did a lot of just yippee-ki-yay, across the middle and go the other way and hope they change leads, but that's not very correct. So if I'm going from left to right, I'm going to pick up that shoulder and move it over to the left. Somewhere around here where when he's relaxed and not thinking about it, I'm going to move that shoulder over a little bit, slide my left leg back, and ask him to change leads from left to right. Ooh. Now this is a 3-year-old, and he's kind of getting comfortable with that lead change. But you know, I've spent a lot of time riding this horse, and kind of got him broke loose, got the parts broke loose to where he's responsive off my leg, where I can move that hip around, move that shoulder over to the left. And when I take a hold of his face, I can't have him pushing on me, so I got to have some control up here on the front end too. So when I move that shoulder off to the right, I'm going to go ahead and pick my hands up and make him give me his nose. I might stop, make him get back off that bridle a little bit if he's pushing on me. I might just roll him back around and do something different. But I don't change leads a lot on my young horses or on any horses really. I spend a lot of time working on that body position, getting them in position to change leads, and then when they're relaxed and not thinking about it, then I'll switch leads on them. But the last thing you want to do is you know, scare your horse in that lead change. If he misses it, don't make a big deal of it and get to kicking on him harder. Just break back down, start over again, try it again. But if you're not getting the job done, go back and work on that hip control. Make sure you really got control of that back end, because that's where our lead change is. Okay, I guess that's my lesson on lead changes. But keep it simple for the horse to understand. And if things start going south on you, go back to the basics, work on getting control of the body parts, and I think you'll have better luck. Anyway, good luck with your horses, and see you next time.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
John Deere is known for quality equipment. This quality has created a perception that John Deere is more expensive than other brands. But high quality doesn't mean high priced. The truth from buyers in our area is customers who have purchased a John Deere compact utility tractor saved more than $2,000. Dare to compare us before buying. You and your wallet will be surprised. Nothing runs as long as a Deere, and we'll prove it with our exclusive 10-year warranty. Visit heritagetractor.com/compare to learn more.
How's your production on pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost-effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
A lot of people wonder what animal-assisted therapy is and how we actually use the horses in therapy sessions. And I always just kind of tell people that just being in the presence of a horse has all different kinds of mental health and physical benefits. You know, research shows that people, their brains produce more serotonin and oxytocin levels when they're around horses and dogs and other animals. You know, it lowers people's blood pressure. Research shows that it reduces their stress, that people can even live longer just having animals involved in their life. And so just being in the presence, you know, out here in the barn is very therapeutic. One thing I love to do is put the horses kind of like Cappy is back there in cross ties and let my clients just brush. And a lot of times if you have a teenager that maybe struggles with, you know, their parents tell them they've got to come to counseling, and they might be at first thinking, oh my gosh, what is this counselor going to make me say or do? But just being around the horse, that teen will start to open up, and because they're brushing and they're doing something with their hands, they really just start to talk, and you can learn a lot about that person just because they're doing something. I also like to do what's called mindfulness with horses. as the person is touching the horse or petting the horse, I'll have them tell me what they're feeling, what they're seeing, and what they're hearing. And what that does is it brings them into the moment, and it doesn't let their mind jump to the future or to the past, but it really puts them in that moment. Horses also, they have so many different parts about how they move and their temperament and their personality, and they really read off of people. And so they can tell if a person is anxious, they can tell if a person is sad or a person is angry, and they can kind of really read off of that person and move their body in a certain way. And then the part where it's therapeutic that comes in is that, you know, as the counselor, I can ask questions, you know, like what did that mean for you when the horse moved like that? Or what did, you know, what do you think that you know, you're feeling right now being around the horse? And I can really use that horse as kind of a prop and a tool in our sessions. So people really open up more just having that horse with them. It kind of acts as a catalyst to kind of keep conversation going, and we can really read off of that horse's body language, and I can read off of the person's body language as well, kind of how they're feeling and how they're interpreting where they're at. When I use horses for therapy, there are a lot of different exercises and activities that I can actually do with the person and the horse in the arena. And when we do equine psychotherapy, it's actually all groundwork. So a lot of people want to know, are they riding the horses? What does that look like? And there is different types of therapeutic riding, but when you do the equine psychotherapy, it's mostly groundwork. One of my favorite activities that I like to do with teenagers and children, and I've even had adults do it, is an obstacle course. And I have a whole bunch of fun equipment. I've got hula hoops and cones and flowers and poles, and they get to design an obstacle course out in the arena. And each obstacle that they design actually represents an obstacle that they would like to overcome in their life. So whether it be maybe they're really stressed out about school, or maybe that person just lost their job, any obstacle that they have. And then what we do is we take the horse and we maneuver kind of through the obstacle course. We create this path through it, and we're talking the whole time about how that person can achieve overcoming that obstacle. And so then at the end, we kind of take the horse and we reflect about what were some of the solutions that person came up with to help them live their best life and be the best version of themselves. And so it's a really powerful exercise and activity. One of the neatest things that I think happens when we use horses with the counseling sessions is that people want to come back each time for their sessions. They really look forward to seeing that horse again, to being with that horse, and so there's no real barriers about them coming back because they always want to come back. And the other wonderful thing about that is they get help and they learn coping skills through the horses and through our sessions. And so not only are they enjoying the counseling, but they're actually getting better. And that's one of the best things I think about being a counselor, is just seeing the progress each week with that individual client, and then also just the reward of them actually feeling better and overcoming whatever issues that they started coming to therapy for in the first place. One of the reasons that I wanted to be a counselor who uses horses and animals with my therapy is because I see every day the impact that these beautiful animals have on humans, and just the presence of them makes people feel calmer and are less anxious and less stressed. And so I really hope that maybe someday, if you ever have the opportunity to do any therapy or any work with animals in general, it's just good for the human soul.
Hi, welcome to Better Horses. I'm Caitlin Victoria Koch of KV Dressage, and today I'm joined by Revenali YF, a 4-year-old Oldenburg mare that was bred by Yancey Farms and owned by Liz and Chris Prowser. And today we will spend some time talking to you and walking you through the steps of young horses training in dressage and how to get them started on the right path. So today we're going to just go through kind of the basic 4-year-old training for this mare. She's getting ready to do the 4-year-old championships this year, hopefully. And I think you'll see as the ride progresses how we can firm up the foundation and test the responses to build more cadence and expression in the gaits. And that's just what we focus on right now, building that foundation and improving the gaits. And then later on, as the winter goes on, we'll work on movements. But for now, fitness, still loving dressage, and improving the basic gaits that this horse has. So in warm-up, we don't ask for a whole lot right now. Just think about how you warm up for yourself if you're going into a run or a workout. We keep it pretty normal, and we're gonna play with the balance and the bend on the circle. And just let her body get moving. With these young horses, it's so important to keep, good girl, the training scale in mind. And also in the warm-up here, I just think about testing little responses. So if I put my right leg on here, can I activate the right hind leg? Good. See the canter. Yeah, okay. Good girl. So we're going to do a bit of the same thing with these young horses. What I love to do is feel like I ride an 18-meter circle and leg yield it out to 20. That way you're always getting the bend through the rib cage and not the neck, and you're putting them into your outside rein. Good girl. So here I'm going to turn onto an 18-meter circle. Then I'm going to use my inside leg and leg yield her out. And see how the shoulders can come up. The roundness comes into the outside rein. To carry that forward, again, slight shoulder forward feeling. Keeping that front end aligned with the engine. Good girl. Come, test the response, and it's right there. Good girl. Back to an 18-meter circle, leg yielded out to 20. Good. So we're spiraling that circle out. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. I'm Caitlin Victoria Koch of KV Dressage, and this is Revenali YF. Thank you so much for tuning in to Better Horses today. I hope you have fun with your young horses, and remember that foundation is key, basics are key, and take your time.
Hey, don't touch that dial. We got more Better Horses TV right after this message from our sponsors.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Dechra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Dechra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
In a natural, free-roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
Hi, I'm Donna. This is Ringo. We're with CSI Saddle Pads. I'd like to invite you to ride our new revolutionary FlexPlate saddle pad. We offer a 30-day money-back, ride it, get it dirty guarantee. And the best part of the pad is it's 100% American-made with American parts by American hands.
I've been using CSI pads for 16 years, and there's a reason behind that. It is a total performance system for me. I just can't say enough about them.
For more information, go to csipads.com.
Hello friends, here we are back with another Hardy Grub. Doing it again without Ernie because of the COVID. I'm going to do something way out of my wheelhouse, but I bet it's going to turn out pretty good. We're going to do a stir-fried rice. Probably a little different than you're going to see in the cookbooks, but it's just the way I kind of roll. Okay, I got me a really hot skillet here with some bacon grease in it. We rendered down some bacon. It will go back in here later. We're going to cook the eggs a little bit first. So here goes 3 eggs in a super hot. It ain't really a wok, but just about. And we ain't going to completely cook them through. We're just going to kind of get them started a little bit, just enough to solid up. Then I'm going to turn them out, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients back here in just a second. So really, we're just going to kind of barely scramble these guys. Okay, the eggs are just done enough. They're still gooey in the middle, but still loose, and we're just going to put them out on a cutting board for a second. Kind of clean my skillet up a little bit. Now we're going to add a little more oil back to it and get started on the rest of these. In first goes the carrots, because they're going to take just a little longer to stir fry than the rest of the ingredients, because we're going to give them just a little head start. I still want them a little crunchy, but not so much. I don't know if that's enough head start, but here goes green onions. This is the white part of the green onions that goes on the bottom of them. We'll give them just a second or two. Or add just a little salt and pepper to them. Okay, now the mushrooms. Garlic. Jalapeno peppers, because you know me, I gotta have jalapeno peppers in everything. Okay, we're gonna give that just a couple quick stirs. Now we're gonna add the bacon back to it. Secret ingredient, sesame oil. You want to be really careful with this stuff. It is delicious, but just a little too much is a lot too much. We're going to add just a few drops to it. We may add a little more to it later. Got some peas we're going to add to there, but we don't want to put them in too early or they'll just get mushy. So this goes just a hair longer. Alright, here's the rice. The secret to it is you got to cook the rice the day before. If you use ready-made rice that hadn't dried out a little bit, you're just going to have a bunch of mush. So this is rice we cooked yesterday, and it has been seasoned with a little bit of vinegar and sugar because I was trying to make cowboy sushi with it. Anyway, this is kind of leftover rice. So we'll give it a second or two in the pan. Now we can add the green peas. Back gives in the eggs. This is the green part of the onions. We'll put most of them back in there right now, and we'll save a few for garnish. This is some fresh parsley, some toasted sesame seeds, about a tablespoon of soy sauce. That will probably add enough salt to the thing. Okay, the rice is nice and crispy on the bottom. We should be good to go. Here's the final product, the fried rice. It really turned out really good. Got a little extra soy sauce. We're going to add just a little extra soy sauce just for a little salt. I hate to do too much. And this needs to be hot sake. I wish I had some, but I don't. But nothing would go better with this than a little fresh hot sake. For dessert, we're a little crammed for time. So we had these little Milano crackers, little chocolate stuff, and I had made some black raspberry sauce to go on another thing I was making, and it just went really, really good together. But you have to try this. Next time I'm going to make it with some roast beef. Tried to tonight and the roast beef didn't turn out so good. So we made it with bacon instead. But you got to try this. It's really pretty good. Thanks for joining us again. You guys be safe and keep your powder dry.
Closed captioning has been brought to you by Lina Weaver
and Flat Tail Ranch.
Your buddy Ron once said he could install your ceiling fan. He couldn't. And that one time, Ron said another chili dog was a good idea? Yeah, it wasn't. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere tractor, you knew better. Now, Ron does too. The E-Series, legendary John Deere quality, unexpected low price.
Stop by and see Heritage Tractor at one of its 9 locations for your John Deere and Featherlight trailer needs. HeritageTractor.com.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at UnitedMosquito.com.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
Hey, thank you for watching Better Horses. If you've missed any of our episodes, you can check us out at betterhorses.com where you can see all our shows.
You can also find us on Facebook or listen to any of our podcasts right from your mobile device.
And don't forget our newspaper coming out 5 times a year, also on the same website.
You're gonna love it.